After reading the story, The Wings of Icarus, there are some questions that you need to answer. We're going to go over these questions together. Before we begin, please take this time to put your name and your homeroom at the top of the paper. Please note that this assignment is worth a total of 50 points, so it's very important that you're following directions. The directions say, answer the following questions in complete sentences after reading The Wings of Icarus. Failure to write in complete sentences will result in earning half credit, even if the answer is correct. The first question is, what does King Minos do to keep Daedalus and Icarus from escaping Crete? The answer to question 1 is found in the story. Question 2. What warning did Daedalus give his son Icarus about flying? Summarize what Daedalus said. Because I'm asking you to summarize, you are not supposed to write exactly what it says in the story. You are supposed to think about what Daedalus says to Icarus in the story and then paraphrase it, which is to say what he said, but in your own words. Because I'm asking you to summarize, I want you to say it in a way that is shorter than the way Daedalus said it. And the answer number 2 is found in the story. Question 3. Why do you think the onlookers thought that Daedalus and Icarus were gods when they saw them flying overhead? In order to answer question 3, use the information in the story and your own prior knowledge. 4. What is the main conflict or problem in this story? Use the information in the story to make an inference. You're making an inference because the story does not come out and tell you what the problem is. You have to decide what the problem is based on the events of the story. Question 5. What does the main character learn from this conflict or problem? Explain your reasoning. Remember, with this story, there can be more than one main character. So it may be Daedalus or it may be Icarus who learns a lesson from this conflict. Question 5 also asks you to use the information in the story to make an inference. It will not tell you what the character learns. You must infer that based on the information in the story. Question 6. What do you think the theme of the Wings of Icarus is? Explain your reasoning. For question 6, use your theme notes and questions 4 and 5 to help you. Question 7. If you had to classify this story as a legend, cautionary tale, or a myth, which would you choose and why? So I'm going to give you a hint here. It's not a myth. In order to answer this correctly, use your folktales notes to help you take a look at those definitions and decide whether or not it is a legend or a cautionary tale. 8. Compare and contrast the characters Daedalus and Icarus. Use the notes you made in your Venn diagram to help you answer this question. Write one paragraph that includes at least a topic sentence, 2 sentences explaining how Daedalus and Icarus are alike, 2 sentences explaining how Daedalus and Icarus are different, and a closing sentence. So I'm going to give you an example of how to answer this question. So, for example, your topic sentence might be, Daedalus and his son Icarus were similar to and different from each other or one another. From there, you would then need to, because we did this already, from there, you would need to write 2 sentences explaining how Daedalus and Icarus are alike, 2 sentences explaining how they're different, and a closing sentence. Your closing sentence can mirror or look very similar to your top sentence of your paragraph. And the last question, question 9, says, Wings of Icarus is a very traditional story. Using the definitions in your notes, explain who the protagonists and antagonists of this story are and why. In order to help you answer this question, you're going to need to use the information in the story, but you're also going to want to take a look at your protagonist and antagonist notes.